Where my sexy ladies at? All my grown and sexy. Rock, come on. Rock, come on. Come on. Let's go.
Decided to come get me a little treat, a little something. The caramel ribbon crunch. Yes, can't never go wrong with this.
There you go.
Does this guy have a chair? Trying to see what's going on. Like, this is ridiculous. Something is not right. And I'm trying to see what's wrong. So, wish me luck. My current pressure. Lord, make it make sense, please. Didn't have everything we need this morning, so we stopped to get a little quick 1-2 from Smoothie King. Let's see what this hitting for. I'll be hearing Miss Bridget Nicole talk about the Smoothie King Açaí bowl. So let's see what it's all about. Looks good, y'all. No, I didn't get no peanut butter, Miss Bridget, but we about to see. Hey, y'all. I am back. I know. Don't come for me. Your girl been MIA as far as like this. You know, I was doing the savings challenges, so you know some of y'all been coming on and support me, and I appreciate y'all. But you know, I haven't been doing the face-to-face vlogging in a minute. Baby, where do I begin? First off, let me just say good morning, because it is morning right now when I am recording this. I'm actually, we're gonna get into that, but good morning. And your girl is back. I am back, and I just want to say welcome to anyone that's new here, and hello to all my people that's been texting me and checking on me and stuff. I appreciate y'all. So I'm sorry if this is your first time. My name is Tiffany. This is Farb's Journey. This is my journey where I am going to be pretty much sharing my journey for my life, what's going on, my journey on better finances, my journey on better health, my journey on life after your kids are grown, and you know, you were that mother that always was so dedicated to them, to like, in a sense, you ain't have no life but them. So that's me. That's your girl. So this is my journey, like trying to navigate through all of that, you know, spiritual journey, everything. So speaking of that, my girl, Life with T, Tiffany, that's another Tiffany, my sis, introduced me to this 75 Hard for Jesus, and I've been doing that. So so far we started September the 1st, so we got 1 month down, and here we are, October the 2nd. We keep going strong. I didn't post my starting weight and my measurements and everything in the beginning, because honestly, like, I'm just being honest, it was a bit of embarrassment, not feeling comfortable, you know, all of that. And that's why I didn't do it. I'm just being honest. Another thing, I wasn't consistent with the exercising, because you have to, you know, read your scriptures every day. They give you a scripture to read every day. You know, you do your prayer walk, where you walk and you pray, you talk to God. Then you do some form of, I just say education, girl, some form of exercise, 30 minutes of exercise. So, you know, I did it sometimes, but like I said, I wasn't consistent. And, you know, it's other things. So during that process, I can honestly say I went through a lot. Things unfolded, things was revealed. Like it just went through a whole transformation, which I was not expecting. I did lose a little weight because I had to change my diet. So let me get into all of that. With that being said, I was been on the struggle with this blood pressure, but recently it was high, and I went to the doctor, and then girl, they was trying to put me on not one but two medications, and I was like, look, the devil is a lie. Like I'm not doing all of this. So, me and the doctor, kind of, I ain't gonna say had words, but I had to kind of let her know, like, tell me if I'm wrong. She put me on the medication. I really wasn't taking the medication. So, okay, fast forward. I started taking the medication. Came back, took the reading. They said my pressure was high. So, immediately, she's telling me she want to put me on another medication. You want to put me on a medication that I had bad side effects from the first time, which wasn't all her fault, was Walgreens' fault when he messed up the dosage. So, I was like, I don't want to fool with that one. So, then she want to put me on another one. But then she tell me she want to do blood work. Mind you, when I first came back home from Savannah, I asked her to do blood work because I thought, maybe I'm going through menopause, like check my levels and stuff. Like let's do the groundwork before we start, prescribing the pills. So she was like, no, it didn't make sense and this and that, so you don't want to do the blood work. Now you're telling me you want to do blood work after switching me on this medication. Hence, because you want to see how my kidney or liver is functioning with the new medicine. So I'm like, wait, so you want to test me? You want to test me to see if it's going to... Nah, we're not doing that. So that's what made me... So she was like, well, the only thing I tell you is that you lose weight and you eat clean. No seasoning, nothing. I was like, bet, I'll do that. So that's what I've been doing. And like I said, no exercise. I've been losing weight just doing that. So that's that. Like I said, with this 75 Hard for Jesus, it revealed a lot. And helped me to get out of my comfort zone. And that's what we were speaking of when I said I didn't want to do the measurements in the beginning. And I was like, I had to think. And my sis, she been doing hers and this and that. And I had to think because I have a real phobia about a complex, I should say, about having my arms out. If you ever notice any video I've done, I've had, a sleeve shirt on, a jacket, a sweater, something. But my arms were never, like, you never see me just tank top and just out. So I was like, wait, hold up. Tiffany, your channel is labeled Forbes Journey. And that's the reason, because it's a journey you go through. And another thing, like, I know I'm all over the place, but this past Sunday, we had a guest speaker at church, and I watched it, online and stuff. And she was speaking on, Janet Floyd, Prophet Janet Floyd. She spoke, and she was, in a part of her sermon, she was talking about how you have the exit signs around the building. And that's where you're going to go out. But when you came to church, you came in. Any building, you come in, but you go out the door that say exit. Excuse me. So with that being said, I'm like, the whole journey, like, you enter into certain areas, but you have to come out. But in the process, like she was saying too, she's a prophet. She may tell you, what it is, what God said, this will happen, your life will be this. I'm just giving examples, not verbatim saying what she, like quoting what she said verbatim, but you know what I mean. But, like she said, as a prophet, it's not showing to you the process. And that's me. I'm a firm believer with weight loss, anything. Everybody go on YouTube. Me too. Look up this, look up that. I'm sorry, no offense. A skinny person can't tell me. For me. Now, nobody else can't tell me how to lose weight. I'm saying it's not going to motivate me. Now, if that person is skinny, slim, whatever, now and telling me this, I needed to see their journey. I needed to see those videos. Don't just come up here and say, yeah, because I was this and now I'm this. Like, show me a picture, now you this, and all you got to do is X, Y, Z, and you could do it too. That don't work for me. I need to see the graphics. I need to see when you was big and this day you were struggling, gasping for air because you couldn't breathe to walk that trail, and eating this food, you were sick to your stomach because it didn't agree with you because you was used to fried chicken and this and that, and now you're trying to just eat lettuce. It just, it just wasn't coming together. I need to see that journey. That's me. So I'm like, Tiffany, why you have a channel called Forbes Journey, but you're afraid to get on here and show your journey? You're afraid to get on here and show these people where you begin, show them all what you're going through, far as the high blood pressure, the ups and downs with doctors, the ups and downs with the food, how it's breaking your body, your skin out, and this, that. You have to show these people all of this because it's your journey, and you never know who you can help along that journey. And it's with everything in life. You look at natural hair. Again, people can come on there all day long, like, okay, yeah, use this product and blah, 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 and this and that. And I'm like, oh, let me go get this. I spend so much money getting all these products, but it didn't work for me because you know why? A lot of those people who was talking and selling these products and pushing these products and this and that, guess what? They didn't show me the process. When I went from perm hair, relaxed hair to natural hair, it was a process in between. Yeah, my hair is, thicker and, longer and stuff now and this and that and fuller. But when I went from that relaxer, it was thin. That relaxer was thinning my hair out. They didn't tell me, like, I went to go put the product on my hair that they're saying I'm in this in-between stage. Girl, I'm thinking I'm about to come out with the bouncy, juicy curls, like they used to be saying, juicy, the juicy twist. Baby, I come out looking like Don King. Because what? You didn't tell me the process, boo. You didn't tell me that I had to, add a lot of moisture. You didn't show me the process what you went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that. So, for me to be a firm believer, I know that's me. I have to see people's journey. I have to see the process. I have to see it from the beginning to the end. I don't like the quick stuff because I don't know how you got there. You got to show me how you got there. So that's what fascinates me. The same thing with the savings challenges and stuff I'm doing. People come on here with these big amount of money and this and that, and I'm like, how you got there? How you got out of debt and got to no debt and saving this type of money? I need to see that. And so that's where I'm at now. Like, I have to stop being afraid, and I have to allow God to use me because this is my process right now. This is my journey. This is my process. So I can exit that door. I can exit the high blood pressure door. I can exit the door of fear. I can exit all of those doors. All of those things that I'm having an issue with, I came into it. I got to go through the process so I can get on up out of it. And along the way, I need to record it because it could help one of you all. So that's where I'm at. So, like, I'm literally sitting here getting ready to go in here to this doctor's appointment, wherever it is, a nurse check, and let them check this blood pressure and continue doing what I'm doing. Continue eating what I'm eating, baby. Lately, I've been eating sweet potatoes, ground turkey. I've been eating mixed, different greens and stuff, roasted beets, goat cheese. Like, I've been real simple with it. Grapes, doing smoothies. Sometimes, like, if I just have a sweet tooth, I do like some yogurt and put some fresh fruit on it with some granola. That's what I've been doing. And like I say, it's not like no big old 10, 20 pounds here and there. Baby, look. Every time I get on that scale on the Sunday, because I weigh in right before church, when I'm seeing 2 pounds going here, 3 pounds going there, baby, that's a win for me. I'm loving it. Then I feel better. I feel better. Sometimes, I get overexcited, like, or overwhelmed, I should say, because it's so much hit me all at once. And I just used to always say, like, why me, God? Like, why I'm going this? And then I had to look at, like, why not? I've always been a strong person. I've always been a person to go get it and do what I got to do when it came to my kids, my mother, my loved ones. Like, I was that person, but it seems like I was never that person for myself. So that's where I'm at, y'all. So I just had to come on here and give y'all what's been going on. I know it's been like, it's been a lengthy little conversation here, but it was a much needed conversation. So I'm gonna go on up in here, see what they're talking about, and That's where I'm at, y'all. That's where I'm at. So just remember, if there's anything you're trying to achieve, don't get discouraged, because guess what? You went in, but you gotta come out. You just only have to go through the process, boo. So once you go through the process, you will come out better than ever. So I'm gonna catch y'all up later. Let me go on up here and see what's going on, what they gonna say today. All right. Quick little report, y'all. It ain't high today. Slightly 138 over 76. I say that, boo. Any day. Tell me what God don't do for you. Nah, like I said, ain't on all that medicine like they told me. I'm eating good, eating clean, and guess what? We feeling good. Nah, tell me, won't he do it? Yes, he is. Yes, he will. Judge Stewart here in action, and his soon-to-be wife.
Good morning, beautiful members of the USCF committee. My name is Carl Stewart, and I'm a senior psychology major here at the wonderful Dillon University, where I'll be graduating magna cum laude in the spring 1971. But before I continue, is anyone here familiar with the 1960s?
Familiar?
But then hopefully you know what I'm about to talk about next. I too grew up in the 1960s in Shreveport, Louisiana, about 5 hours north of New Orleans. Growing up in Shreveport, I experienced firsthand just how badly the Jim Crow era affected us in the Black community, and how important it is for us to have the civil rights movement. When I came to the university, I ain't had nobody to talk to, no friends, not even nobody to meet with, until I met Joanne. Since I've been at Dillon University, my heart has gravitated towards a career in law. And that reminds me, I have important news to share with all of you. Just this morning, I received my acceptance letter into the prestigious Loyola University's law program here in New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'll be pursuing my Juris Doctorate. And just like Martin Luther King, I too have a dream that one day I'll be appointed in the future by President Bill Clinton himself as a judge on the Court of Appeals on the Fifth Circuit, becoming the first African American to serve in that capacity. And now I present my beautiful wife-to-be, who I fell in love with here in the Oaks, Joanne Southall.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joanne Southall. I'm a junior nursing major here at Dillard, and I'll be graduating in spring of 1972. I'll also eventually get married to my lovely Oak sweetheart here, Carl Stewart. And as of 2025, it'll make our 53rd wedding anniversary. And one of the many ways that Carl and I have bonded was through our work in the student delegation. And in the student delegation, our job was to make sure that every student, faculty, staff, and administration were all registered to vote. So that leads me to an important question I'd like to pose to you all. Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, just in case, I would like to remind you of a very important election that we have next Tuesday, and we'll be passing out physical reminders as well as commemorative fans for our 53rd. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Where my sexy ladies at? All my grown and sexy.